Good afternoon, good evening. Welcome you all for the DTC Asia's May 2021 edition. This is Raman from India. I head the operations of Bangalore. And in this today's event, we have Bob Gill, General Manager, Southeast Asia from ARC Advisory Group, who will be the lead from ARC Advisory Group in coordinating this event. We have a speaker, Tibor Kombrowski, Head of Process Information and Automation from MOL. I go to the next slide, Lina. So this is on. This is being telecast live across Asia, Thailand, Singapore, China, and Japan and Australia. Next, please. This program will run like this. We'll have a topic introduction by Bob Gill, followed up by the speaker presentation. There will be a panel discussion between ARC Advisory Group and the speaker. And followed up by that, there will be an audience Q&A. We intend to complete the whole program in 60 minutes. Next, please. Q&A with delegates. We request after the speaker presentations, or during the speaker presentations, or during the Q&A that takes place between Bob Gill and the speaker, please put your questions in chat box. I think that's a better place to keep the questions so that the organizer will put the questions to the speaker and the ARC to get the replies. It's better to put the questions in the chat box because that makes it quite crisp. Please join the Digital Transformation Council. This is a council basically meant for end users to connect, collaborate, learn, and share with the experience, interact with the peer community, and also the access to the council library. Next, please. So now I'll request Bob Gill to take over. The topic introduction by ARC Advisory Group will be done by Bob Gill. Yes, Bob.
All right, thank you, Raman, and welcome everybody to the DTC Asia event for May 2021. So I think when the digital transformation wave started about 5 years ago, there was understandably a lot of interest in the new technologies that industrial companies could potentially go out and deploy to transform their operations and their businesses. But after a while, I think it became apparent that just throwing in these technologies, exciting as they are, did not necessarily lead to improved performance, and that projects often stalled at the pilot stage, and that much of the initial enthusiasm was hard to maintain. And it was then that we started to hear a lot more about the need for transformation initiatives to be business-led rather than technology-led, and the importance of considering organizational issues like culture, skills, cross-functional collaboration, and change management. In some ways now, I feel it has perhaps gone the other way, and I often hear people saying, oh, digital transformation is all about solving business problems, which it is. It's all about solving business problems, but you don't need to worry too much about the technology. That's just a secondary consideration. But that's also not true, because if you do not have a solid appreciation and understanding of all the new technologies that we now have available, things like augmented reality, virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and cloud, and edge, and 5G, and particularly how and where they can and should be applied in industrial operations, your digital transformation efforts will be constrained. So really, to be successful, you need to pay attention to the business needs, to understand the technology enablers, and thirdly, take seriously the organizational issues. For example, taking the organizational dimension, at ARC, when we work with clients to facilitate their digital transformation programs, some of the things we emphasize and recommend are appointing a change agent, such as a chief digital officer, who can take the lead in identifying, validating, piloting, and scaling transformational change initiatives throughout the organization. We also highlight to companies that their traditional plant worker skill profiles will likely need to be redefined to include developing more IT skills, more IoT skills, to build on the already existing OT, operational technology knowledge of the plant. Also important is to improve interpersonal skills as we look to improve communication across the organization. We also stress to the executive leadership of these companies that digital transformation is complex, it's multidimensional, often spans multiple internal departments and processes, and extends throughout the value chain and right down to the customer. So as such, it requires continuous effort and attention so that it can remain on course over what may be an extended time period. So against this backdrop, and having said all that, I'm really looking forward to today's presentation, which describes the digitalization and automation journey. And that's going to come from our special guest speaker at this month's DTC Asia event. His name is Tibor Gromowski, Head of Process Information and Automation at MOL Group, which is a $6 billion integrated oil and gas corporation. And Tibor is coming to us live today from Budapest in Hungary. So Tibor, a very warm welcome to you to this month's Digital Transformation Council Asia meeting. I'd like to hand over to you for your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Thank you very much. So first of all, I would like to share my screen. Okay. Okay. Do you see my screen? Okay.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Can you please share your video?
Also, okay. I hear other noise. Okay. Okay. I would like to introduce my agenda. I would like to speak about the mall.
Tibor, can you share your video? Yeah.
Okay. I would like to speak about the in agenda the digitalization and automation journey in MOL, and how can we creating this digital and automation transformation, which was the business consideration, why need a new competency, culture and change management, and how can we building these new structure, processes and tools. And speaking about the refinery automation system, because it's also very, very important in the digital transformation, not only the standard office digitalization, very important automation, digitalization, and present about which is the new challenges, which is the new opportunities in automation in ISO 95 layer by layer, and summarize my presentation. First of all, you can see some numbers about the MOL processes. MOL is active, is more than active operation, more than 30 the countries in worldwide, and the central is Hungary, Budapest in Central Europe, and in Central Europe near 2,000 service stations, and active upstream, downstream and midstream this company. Arriving the downstream company, the downstream part of this company is in Central European region. We operation 4 refineries in region and 2 petrochemical units in Hungary, Slovakia and Croatia. Complex refinery and complex petrochemical station, all stations. So the other important, how can we implement this digitalization and automation vision 2025? So it's the name of the DNA visions. So we would like to improve the digitalization and automation transformation. So this decade is in the oil refineries and petrochemical sides, the oil industry, absolutely the transformation decade. So big challenges, for example, big challenges, how can we improve the petrochemical capacity? How can we decreasing especially in Europe, the motor fuel production and increasing the petrochemical production? How can we finding the new technology, for example, the new green technology, green hydrogen technology, waste to chemicals, crude to chemicals technology? And maybe it's in the long-term period in the science fiction, but our objectives in 2050, the absolutely carbon neutral working in oil and gas sector, but need many transformation. How can we support this transformation? Very important pillars of this transformation, the automation and digitalization transformation. And big challenge for automation people, how can we creating the tangible benefit, and how can we creating the big change in automation area? Because unfortunately, usually the top management see only the digitalization culture, the new devices, new cameras, new O365, and can't see very well transparency the automation area possibilities as automation area challenges. So automation usually concentrating the reliability and efficiency working. Digitalization absolutely increasing the mobility, connectivity, and faster decision making. And very important, the IT/OT integration. So how can we building this this new culture and new transformation? So very important, you can see the pillar of the new structure, new processes, tools. Very important, the new competencies, how can we building inside in the competency, and the culture, and how can we managing these changes. So you can see which was the business consideration of this transformation, refinery transformation, and the digitalization. So last decade we had calm workings. We working only the Russian crudes in the refinery, and starting the new different crudes, new opportunity crudes, and need more flexible working in the refinery. For example, many stop and go working, and the management waiting effective operation. How can we increase the white product yield? How can we decrease the energy cost? And inside stricter process safety management requirements. And of course, we would like to decreasing the repetitive works, because very difficult to find new young people in field shift workings. So which is the opportunities this business? So fortunately, the computer capacity, thanks to new technology, cloud technology, absolutely increasing. And fortunately, new tools, new machine learning and artificial intelligence system arriving in worldwide, Azure machine learning and many machine learning technology. Fortunately, until last year, the decreased price, but after the pandemic, we finding some price increasing, but usually the average price is decreasing, and we would like to increasing also the new sensor data, the new IIoT technology, and arriving the new analyzing applications and tools, which is the concerns of this business consolidation. So change management is always difficult in the company. Every company is very difficult. The people, the employees hate every changes, and increasing the ergonomics maturity for digitalization. So how can we decreasing the generation gap? So in oil working in refinery, the old people is high number, and they absolutely hate the new technologies, the new digitalization. And nowadays there is a new complex task. So we creating the new control rooms, less employees, and absolutely the new difficult technology in oil and refinery technology, and control room consolidation is continuously inside in the refinery. And when we analyzing new things in the technology, we identify we need more data. So sometimes the data quality is not too good. So we would like the implementation, new sensors, new chip sensors, smart sensors, and creating more calculation. And of course, the management would like to benefit. Where is the money? So also very difficult in absolutely changeable, complex operation. How can we calculation the clear benefit of the new digitalization and automation? So building these things, very important. As I mentioned, the competencies, increasing the competencies in blue-collar workers, in field, for example, operator training simulator, the high-fidelity simulation system, and education, the standard refinery operation. Very important to learning the engineers, the new technologies, the new data analytics technologies. So increasing the citizen data scientist program and digitalization scientist program inside the refinery. And also a big problem and difficult, how can we train the management? So analyzing these new reports, new dashboard deeper and better. So the big dream, the absolutely data-driven decision making. So training the management layers is important for us. And the new culture, the new digital cultures, implementation inside in the refinery and inside in the company, sharing culture, increase the data quality, the data-driven decision making, and better data harmonization operation in the refineries. And the change management, as I mentioned, is always difficult, creating new change roadmap, training roadmap, and discussing many times about DS production, downstream production transformation. So increasing the project, increasing the standardization in different sites, because very difficult in Central Europe, the different legacy, different countries, different languages. So the common cultures, not too easy every times. So we building the new processes, new structures, and implemented new tools inside the downstream production side. So very important new organization. Fortunately, at this time in Hungary is morning time, and afternoon we were presenting the organization changes. We implemented new organization in global level and local level also, which creating new roles and creating better ownership for digitalization and automation. And we start to standardize an automation procedure. So sometimes when we're creating a digital technology for the processes, we stay the standard process, only creating a new cover or new shell or new code for these processes, but didn't change and harmonize for digitalization these processes. So absolutely need to reorganization our processes, and very important, implemented new tools, the new analytics tools in the downstream production and the refinery. How can we using these new tools, for example, machine learning, AI tools, and learning the statistical methods in these tools. You can see this slide, how can we build this digitalization and automation journey, which is the most important parts of these changes, which is when we increasing the productivity, safety, process safety, and personal effectiveness inside. And of course, nowadays also important to increasing the cyber safety actions. When we implemented new technology, also implemented new risk in network, in new cloud system, need much firewall. We see in the better productivity in implementing new advanced process control, new controlling, monitoring, analyzing system, new machine learning technology. In safety way, this digitalization and automation can support the process safety method. So increase the better operation, DCS and emergency shutdown system, and can speed up the alarm consolidation program and implementation, the new consolidation text in this program. And very important, how can we improve the personal effectiveness, continuously train or user the new reporting technology, for example, Power BI, and creating new digital twins in the new units. In DCS level, implemented new high-performance human-machine interface, implemented many new PyVision screen and new dashboards also. And starting in the citizen digitalization program, how can we implement it low-code, no-code application, for example, now running the new mobile Power Apps applications. At this site, you can see this the refinery information automation system is a typical layer structure, as you can see in ISO 95 standard, in control network, in DCS and emergency shutdown system, the maintenance system, the diagnostic system, and the technology support system, energy monitoring, advanced process control, alarm management. And in the production layer, the OSI soft PI or the Avivo OSI soft integration PI, the new movement application, SigmaFind data reconciliation system. This native connection, the ERP layer, the SAP system, and we usage new O365 application, increasing the O365 components in the MOL group. You can see the typical layer structures, and I will present about which is the new opportunity and new challenges in layer by layer. So in this layer, where the reliability important, in level 3 and level 3.5, the demilitarized zone, very important, where the meet the IT technology and operation technology, the automation people and digitalization people, and need a better IT OT integration, better IT OT collaboration. And in level 4, increasing the cloud technology, private cloud, cloud hybrid technology, absolutely increasing. How can we decreasing the cost of this IT and automation system, and how can we increasing the capacity. In layer 0 is the standard way was the robust industrial sensor for control system, which are mainly hardwired diagnostic possibilities and support usually the natural accounting of the refinery. But nowadays, very important, the new analytics, the new diagnostic system, which can support the cheap sensor, the wireless sensors, for example, the Yokogawa sushi sensors, etc. And in zero way, also important, how can we support the field operators in better technology? So new augmented reality technology. Last year we implemented the mobile log system, the Opera log system, mobile versions, checking new cameras technology, for example, flare activity inside in the refinery, and checking the new technology, lens technology, e.g. Microsoft HoloLens or the smart gloves, etc. In the field to control room layer is very important. Earlier standard transmitters, for example, the standard 420 milliamperes and foundation field boost, max technology, hard technology. And it's a new opportunity, the new system, but big challenges which will be the standard, because the management in the group level would like the standard. But as we see, which is the best selection? 4G, 5G, LoRaWAN, and the standard the standard technology from DCS suppliers, for example, Emerson or technologies. In the layer 2, the integrated control system, DCS, and safety emergency shutdown system, we improving the alarm management. So we would like to creating the alarm management program and like the smart alarm, so alarm only when you need the interventions, and implemented the high performance human machine interface in DCS level. It's not the direct network at this moment, the high fidelity OTS simulator. In Danube refinery, we have 10 high fidelity system and continuously train or operators in the new technology, and the new request, the stop and go working, the different crudes, the different product way. And in the layer 3, the operation technology, or usually the manufacturing executive system, we implemented the new cyber security application in industrial network, which includes the diagnostic system, the rotating equipment diagnostic, the corrosion diagnostic, and the instrument diagnostic also. Implemented many advanced process control system, also the turn quality integration, APC, checking and continuously checking by statistical way the online analyzers and monitoring the statistical control. Also implemented the energy monitoring system, 6 tiers, so different KPI for top management, the asset management, the field operators. Process safety management activities important, the notification technology, for example, interlock systems, diagnostic, and implemented also the control performance monitoring system. Very important, the standard efficiency and reliability way working, absolutely support the better APC technology. So decreasing the abnormal mode of these controllers and continuously checking our controllers. And the maintenance diagnostic system, for example, the rotating equipment diagnostics, also important. You can see the opposite firewall where we separate the industrial network and office network. It's the meet when IT and OT meet, and very important, the collaboration, but absolutely safety way of this collaboration and technologies. For also the manufacturing executive system in implementation, new in-house development application which support more than 3,000 users for movement application, reports, and new workflows. The standard historical technology for us, the OSI of Pi system, and implemented advanced analytics system, and we looking which is the better application, which will be the small group standard, which data lake, Azure, Hadoop. So we're looking which will be the standard data lake in group level, and creating new calculation, new inferential calculation, heat exchanger monitoring, the fault monitoring system, and also important components of the laboratory information management system. We also standardization this system and creating new function, for example, the dynamic laboratory analysis. So tracking the stop and go and tracking the continuously changing of this system, and the data reconciliation system, the PIMSoft SigmaFind system. So summarizing my presentation, I presented which is our strategy roadmap journey in 2025 in digitalization and automation. Defining which was the business objectives, how can we improve and try to improve the digital culture, skills, competencies. As I mentioned, especially when the industrial and office network meet, IT-OT convergence is important, but also important, for example, the license handling. And very important for us, how can we break down this digitalization and automation strategy in different layers of ISO 95, and how can we improve the transparency of the automation technology, not only the new funny digitalization technology. So thank you very much your attention. If you have any question, I try to answer your question. And after this meeting, you can send your question also for my email address. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tibor, for that very interesting story of your journey on digitalization and automation as well. Sounds like you've been doing a lot of hard work over the last few years. Let me ask you a few questions before we go to the audience. First of all, the DNA vision. Okay, so we understand the DNA vision and the various components of the things you're doing and have done. But I'm interested to know, where did that vision come from in the first place? I mean, who and where in the MOL organization decided that this type of initiative was necessary to be done?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so in this decade and last decade in refinery and petrochemical technology, also the transformation request. So the top management creating the high level roadmap or strategy. The first point of this high level strategy, the 2030 strategy. So which main strategy, how can we moving this company from the refinery, the way company to petrochemical way. For example, nowadays the 1 person, so 100% crude, we're creating 70% motor fuel and 30% petrochemicals and etc. In the future, we would like, in 2030, we would like the 50-50. And how can we access these points? So when the management try to break down this strategy, identify important point of the digitalization and automation strategy, and many more group acquisition. This digitalization and automation wasn't standard, so top management would like the standard way, the standard decision making, and the standard automation digitalization technology, country by country, side by side. So it's absolutely a top management request towards the DNA vision operation, and we creating this vision for 2025.
Okay, that's interesting. So, and do you also have a DNA Vision 2025 project team that's overseeing the whole initiative? Is that how it works in terms of the organizational structure?
Yes, yes. So we break down these different organizations. So we're working in downstream organization. The downstream manager, the global, more group level downstream manager is the owner of this project, and we're creating this project in the technology. The group level technology leader, the manager, is the project responsible, the main project responsible. We implemented the new organization in under the technology, because in the refinery and petrochemical, the core activity in the process technology, and partly this global project in two parts. One part is automation parts, one part is the other part is the mass and digitalization parts with two leaders, and the local process information and automation managers in Hungary, Slovakia, petrochemical site Croatia is the part of this team. And in this today afternoon, we will present this organization change, which approved by downstream global manager and approved by CIO, IT.
So you have a big day today, Tibor. So,
yes, it's an important date in this journey.
Okay, and I know that in your presentation you described many of the newer digital technologies, cloud analytics, AR, VR, and the need to boost the skills of people in the organization. But how did you actually go about doing that in terms of training, awareness? How did you build those necessary skill levels?
Yeah. So we involved this roadmap and the new technology. We have active collaboration with university, main in Budapest Technology University, which include the new engineers program in these new technologies, and more continuously supported and implemented many postgraduating degrees also in these new technologies. So in this IT, OT, and digitalization technology arriving from university, and the university also continuously looking the new partner company. And in-house training also important. Big training program is in-house in the downstream working. And the other way, we have other university connecting in production, the process technology, also in the oil technology, and new petrochemical technology is important.
And you also talked a lot about the digital culture as well, and the need to implement that in the organization. But what was the starting level of that in terms of the organization? Where were you starting from in terms of having to build that digital culture?
That's the starting point implemented a stronger global level organization with industrial principles and absolutely high level expert in domain expert, layer by layer, digitalization expert, and APC expert. So this team absolutely break down this RACI matrix. So we creating the absolutely detailed matrix for responsibilities and roles. And in the autumn, we started the new organization way. We hope this new organization will be more effective and we can provide the new project and new technology better efficiency.
Okay, and before I go to the audience questions, I know you mentioned this term, citizen data scientist. So for the benefit of our audience who may not be familiar with that term, what is your interpretation of what does that mean to you, citizen data scientist?
Yeah. So as we're analyzing, so the new engineer, the new engineer need new skills. The new skills very important, the data scientists. So so we would like to improve the statistical process skills every engineers in process technology and maintenance engineers. So we starting a training program, and first of all this training program is the refreshing the statistical skills when usually these colleagues in learning in the university but need a refreshing. And first of all we train the R technology, the R studio technology, so creating new procedure, new analytics, and continues this technology if we're finding the high-level education in Python and machine learning technology, and also presented the easier way for data analytics. For example, we try to rapid miner and trend miner and seek, and also big request from team we selection which will be the best technology for citizen data scientists. But first of all, in this period, in refreshing the statistical knowledge and refreshing the coding technology in our studio there.
Okay.
So
Okay.
and also discussing with university, and in Hungary in university program everywhere includes the high-level statistical maths in the university, and in practical way in our studio usage.
Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. Yes, the term we've been using as well at ARC, recommended that use to companies as well. Let me see if we have some questions from the audience right now.
Yes,
Robin?
Bob, we have questions here. Yes, Bob, we have questions here. Hello.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a question from Prakash Karunakaran. Is the automation group and the digitalization group reporting in the same division in MOL?
Sorry, could you repeat it? So DNA Vision 2?
Is the automation group and the digitalization group reporting in the same division in MOL?
The reporting is the technology manager, which responsible the petrochemical and refinery process technologies, and also in simulation and technologies.
Okay, one more question from Hemant Singh. Does high performance HMI includes guideline on alarm design from look and feel point of view? Example, what symbols to use for priority?
Yes, it's a good question. It's very important. And implementation and high performance HMI is parallelly running the alarm rationalization program. And when we're creating the better alarm system and rationalized alarm, the smart alarm. So very important to understand the colleagues, which is the alarm. So alarm is only when you waiting an intervention. And we implemented it the high performance human machine interface. Sometimes very difficult to understand it because especially the elder operators waiting every sign, for example, stopping pumps, however running the other pumps, they waiting sign. So it's also need many training and culture change, and usually the operators mention and lefting the high performance only mention the human machine interface, only the gray screen. So this program running parallelly, and also important the implementation in the OTS system, the high fidelity operation training simulators system also. So first of all, they train this new environment, a new alarm in simulation environment after we implemented the productive environment.
Yeah, thanks, Tibor. One more question. Has MOL decided to build using native cloud solutions for AI/ML building, or do you also leverage on third-party platforms such as Aviva or C3 AI or other systems that also provide AI/ML solutions?
Mm-hmm. Yes, so at Now we built the Azure machine learning platform and try to implementation as possible as much as possible this data lake. For example, now we connected the OSI so Pi system. So we at Now we don't plan to using the Aviva. So also in Azure machine learning. Now we also working on data reconciliation, the SigmaFine hub system. How can we implement it also in the cloud? So now at this moment, the prefer and connected is Azure the alarm management system. So we would like the automation and alarm behavior, checking the alarm behaviors and creating the better alarm rationalization program. So at this and sharing this data, for example, the catalysator suppliers also in Azure. So at this moment we don't plan to other machine learning environment.
Next question is, what is your biggest concern with regards to cybersecurity?
We have a lot of question about the cybersecurity team. So usually the global level cybersecurity team would like to implement it everything, and very difficult to finding and identify which is the risk of this cyber security way. For example, sometimes very difficult comparing which is the bigger risk, the cyber security or end of life cycle DCS controllers or PLC controllers. So we very difficult to finding the harmonization in cyber security program, which is the absolutely risk-based cyber security and which is the nice to have and maybe so it's a different team in group level creating the cyber security roadmap and cyber security actions. So we only the executive of these new technologies.
Yeah, we have one more message from Desmond Ing. Hi Tibor, thanks for sharing your digitalization strategy. Can you share the tangible targets and how you identify and prioritize areas of improvement?
Mm-hmm. So the management and this improvement weighting the speed, how can we speed up and weighting the speed of this project. So sometimes they're very difficult to starting a new digitalization and automation project. For example, the IT management would like absolutely standardization and very difficult to harmonize different site, different legacy and culture environment, because in Central Europe, in Slovakian and Hungarian, Croatian culture is absolutely different. So this global team maybe can give the better way and better roadmap and standard roadmap first of, and we can improve this project execution in digitalization way, and the better owner structures also will be using the new digitalization process, because sometimes it was very difficult when we implemented a new digitalization or automation actions. Maybe the organization change around them or personnel change, and after the implementation wasn't so important. Now this new structure support better the complex life cycle of digitalization and automation.
Yeah, thanks. And one more question from Prakash. Do you think that there will be a time that we may be able to move the layer 3 and layer 2 to the cloud or cloud control systems?
So I believe the control system as we working in for example, in APC. In advanced process control, we are using the new technology for analytics in cloud and creating the many analytics. So it's usually nowadays also in buzzword the edge computing. So you train the advanced process control or energy model in cloud, but after you moving this model in L2 and working in edge way in L2 and sometimes retrain this model. But in my opinion, the intervention from cloud to L2 is very riskable nowadays, but maybe some years later it will be absolutely natural. But at now I don't support this connection, these two technologies, two layers.
Mr. Anand Deshpande has asked, what was the role of the DCS manufacturer in the digitalization initiative of your company?
Sorry, could you repeat the
What
first part?
was the role of the DCS manufacturer in the digitalization initiative of your company?
Yes, in my company, we usage three DCS suppliers: the Yokogawa, Honeywell, and Emerson. We usually waiting the new solution, but we are usage and discussing only the higher level of this DCS. So for example, discussing continues the Yokogawa with exoquantum technology, and usually we don't discussing about the DCS technology. So how can we improve the for example, exoquantum wedge technologies or analytics? So usually in the historian way. So and then don't discuss the DCS supplier, the DCS technology, only maybe the layer, the human machine interface solution and technology, the common discussions, but not the hardware.
Okay, we have one more question from Anand Raj Madhu. Is available automation and digitalization for automotive industry?
Oh,
Just a
sorry,
question mark, yes.
sorry, could you repeat?
Yeah, is available automation and digitalization for automotive industry?
Mm-hmm. So automotive industry. So sorry. I'm
Alina, I think we can maybe. I think the question is asking: is digitalization automation applicable to the automotive industry? Which it definitely is. So I think we can skip to the next question.
Okay. There is one more question from Harbak. Hi Tibor, great presentation. Did you use a structured asset framework, AF, and use of asset classes to assist in the data interchange between systems in some way to strengthen relationship between data sets? If so, did you use a ISA 95 approach?
Yes, so in asset framework we use it. So we creating many asset framework structures and asset framework analytics. Many analytics and calculations and structure in our asset framework. We usage this asset framework in S3 and publish this data also in L4 layers. Now we analyzing in Solomon automation benchmarking, and this benchmarking mentioned we are usage higher calculated text than in historian than usually the other refinery or petrochemical site usage. So absolutely intensive. Now we working how can we moving this calculation, this analytics calculation in cloud also, because is maybe efficiency way of the difficult calculation than the earlier asset framework.
Okay, we have a question from Madan Panwar. How MOL manage digitalization with cyber security risk?
Mm-hmm. So the cyber security risk responsible to other team. So in the group level, cyber security team manageable it, and my team also executive and operation of their suggestion, and then they they requesting. So these in DNA Vision, we also involve these cybersecurity colleagues, and they give the roadmap for the cybersecurity also.
Thank you. And one more question from Kantaya Vijayalayan. Tibor, what was the biggest challenge you have faced so far in your DNA journey?
So absolutely not the technology. Usually the human challenges, the change management. How can we improve the new organization, the new processes of this digitalization and automation. So usually in the new technology and digitalization, nowadays not the technology challenge, because you easy to implementation the new technologies, but how can we train the colleagues, how can we use these colleagues, how can we approve by management. So this change management, the human change management is the biggest challenge.
We have one more question from Madan. What is the maturated level of MOL in terms of cybersecurity for automation?
Sorry, could you repeat?
I think it was he's asking, Tibor is asking about the maturity level of cybersecurity within your organization.
Mm-hmm. Yes. So cybersecurity point of difficult. So usually the cybersecurity or in IT department, and very difficult now. How can we improve this cybersecurity in automation way, in industrial way? So absolutely other standard and other procedure in automation, for example, absolutely different DCS cybersecurity than an O365 cybersecurity and Word cybersecurity. So in this time, we looking new colleagues who understand better the industrial cybersecurity, and then can discuss the cybersecurity patching in DCS, for example, in DCS suppliers.
We have 5 more questions, Tibor. I think we are extending the session by another 6-7 minutes. It's okay for you? Is it possible that you can extend it by 5? Yeah, we have 5 more questions. We would like to extend by at least 10 minutes. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, we have a question from Anand Deshpande. Predictive analytics must have been a part of the digitalization drive. How long did it take to establish its reliability?
Mm-hmm. The predictive analytics, first of all, we use it in the technology side, for example, heat exchanger analytics and energy prediction way, and how can we improve the yield structure, so improve the APC controllers. Now the big reliability change and improve the reliability, the new predictive analytics in anomaly detections. In anomaly detections, we implemented tracking the tank leakage monitoring system. You continuously checking the movement of tanks and tanks to units, and continuously checking the tank level changes. So we absolutely can decreasing the LOPC, the problems in the refinery. Also continuously checking the leaking also, and the predictive analytics in rotating equipment also increase the reliability. We implemented the predictive analytics, vibration diagnostic, the big rotating equipments, and we absolutely can we absolutely increase the reliability. And very important nowadays, maybe the first step of the predictive maintenance, the condition-based maintenance, and in the data lake we analytics same times the technology data, for example, pressure level, flow meters, and arriving this SAP PM data in data lake, and the absolutely condition-based way in valves, the rotating equipments. And after that, when this first step is good, the condition-based maintenance, we can step the other step, the predictive maintenance. But condition-based also improve the reliability. Sorry.
Yes, we have one more question from Prabhakar Muniraj. What is the resolution of the HMI integrated with PLC?
The resolution of HMI is, so the PLC is the in the standard shutdown system, the safety wave PLC we usage, its resolution is under the second resolution in shutdown system, but the DCS level, the safety PLC is higher resolution, is over the second.
Yeah, thanks. And
so
Mr. Vibhav Gupta,
shutdown and DCS, yes.
We have two more questions left out. One is who is leading this automation team or IT?
So it's difficult. So the automation team leading by technology, non-IT. So big challenge is the IT OT integration. So the technology and IT collaboration is difficult, but not non-IT leading the automation.
This is last question. Next generation control system will be based on OPA, which looks flat in architecture. So in that case, how OT IT system architecture looks like, which is currently at L3?
Mm-hmm. So it's difficult. We in the new architectures, we also for automation architectures, and we would like to near the units. So we the standard procedures, and at now in this roadmap and next roadmap, we don't planning to other architectures as now. So unit operation for DCS and the standard connection in OPC, way to cloud or other layers, but we would like to change the DCS architectures.
Thanks, Tibor, for these questions.
Thanks, Lina. I think before you wind up, I'll just leave it to Bob. Bob, do you have any final question?
Robert, just give me 1 minute. Yeah,
sure.
Tibor, that's fantastic, because that's more questions than we've ever had before. But can I just ask you one final question in terms of, you have this DNA Vision 2025, but now it's 2021. So where are you right now in the program?
Okay. Yes. Yes. So now in 2021 program. So this afternoon in Hungarian time, the new organization implementation in this autumn, and complex detailed racing, and starting also the standard way the next year automation and digitalization projects in this year task. For example, we would like to absolutely IIoT strategy, the industrial Internet of Things strategy and standard way in group level. It's important, and also in the data lake, the industrial data lake structure is important for this year.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much from me. And Roman, can I hand over to you?
Yes, Bob. Thanks, Tibor and Bob. So we have an announcement from ARC Advisory Group. Like we have an upcoming online events, and also we have the information on past events. Next Digital Transformation Council DTC Asia event will be tentatively on 29 July. We have a regional forum, ARC Asia Forum, online virtual, which is going to happen from 13th to 15th July 2021. And the registration link will be shared to you by tomorrow or by next week. And we request all to join for this ARC forum, which is happening for the first time as a group of like Japan, China, and India. We have joined as a regional forum, and we have made as one Asia forum. So we have also US forum completed in February 2021, and we have recently completed this month Europe forum in May 2021. So we request you to log in to view the forum videos of Europe forum, which will be available for the next 3 months. So thank you all. And also we would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Tibor Kamrowski, Head of Process Information and Automation, MOL, for participating in this DTC Asia event, Digitalization and Automation Journey. We also like to thank Bob Gill, General Manager, ARC Advisory Group, for topic introduction. We thank all the delegates who had joined the webinar and looking forward for your support on the upcoming events of ARC. Finally, we thank ARC Advisory Group India team for all the logistics support. Thank you all for participating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Tibor. Been excellent.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.